Dzień dobry, everyone. This is Atticus Shaffer. It has been a long, hot minute since I have been able to whip out the old camcorder and be able to do a vlog-style format video for you guys here on YouTube. There's definitely been a lot of things going on in my life personally and professionally, and I have just been very much preoccupied and busy with that. Real quick, as a quick shameless plug, if you do want to be able to catch up with me on a more frequent basis, I highly encourage you to click the link in the description box below that will take you to my Twitch channel. I go live on my Twitch channel 3 times a week, every Monday and Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and every Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Words. Anyway, it's a wonderful time over there on Twitch, but obviously that is more centered on gaming. But it's a great way of being able to talk to a great community of people. It isn't just myself, it is all the people that are involved in the community, and it's a wonderful time. Speaking of community, if you want to be able to engage with that community, even if you might not be able to view the streams on Twitch, also in the description box below there will be a link to my official Discord server. That is an amazing community over there, which is hosted and led by me, and we have grown to become quite the family over there. So if you're interested in some Christian fellowship and making some amazing friendships from all over the world, I highly suggest that you click that link and come and join the Discord community. It's a very fun time. But now on to today's video real quick. As I am recording this video, it is Thursday, September 8th. And today, unfortunately, is a piece of history. It is a day of history. Queen Elizabeth II has passed away in the United Kingdom. I have many friends that I have made through my online communities here on YouTube and on Twitch who are from the United Kingdom. And so I very, very respectfully and solemnly do say rest in peace to Queen Elizabeth II. I do believe that she was a Christ follower, and so I very much look forward to meeting her in heaven one day. But in the interim, rest in peace to Queen Elizabeth II, and my sincerest and deepest condolences to all of you amazing people in the United Kingdom. Today's video is definitely a very fun video. I'm excited about it. There's a lot of stuff that you guys don't know about how YouTube has kind of morphed, wink, and there are a lot of things that I have come to learn over the past several months about how YouTube works, or doesn't, and I have been having to work with that, as far as my videos and the content that I choose to put out here on YouTube. So, for the foreseeable future, there are not going to be very many Q&A themed live streams on YouTube from my channel. However, I wanted to supplement that with Q&A videos, which I think is a lot of fun, because it's a great way of you guys being able to engage with each other in the comment sections of my community tab, the comments on videos like this, even on places like Instagram, and be able to really kind of uplift each other and point out what are questions that maybe you had thought of but someone else had already asked, as well as questions that are, you know, interesting or fascinating to you that you didn't think of, and you can vote those to the top, and then be able to ask your own questions, and I can go through them, which I love reading all of your comments and questions, and then be able to take you know, a few at a time and compile them into videos. And I went on to the community tab of my YouTube channel here, and many of you saw that, and this was almost 2 weeks ago. It says, I think it's about 11 days ago that I posted this. And I pretty much just asked the question, what are some questions that you guys would like to have me make videos on? And the response was absolutely outstanding. I love all of the questions that you guys had asked. A lot of diverse questions. It's not just questions about the middle or the industry, but it's personal questions too. Today is going to be the first episode of me answering questions like this and doing these kind of Q&A style format videos, which I'm very excited about. I love engaging with you guys. I love having you guys be able to ask your questions and kind of just let me know what's on your mind and what are some things that you're curious to hear either my opinion on or my experience with. And it's very fun for me to be able to convey that. I definitely believe that the Lord can take things like that and use them for good, can take experiences or different situations I found myself in my life, and if He can take those things and by me sharing them, use them for good in your own lives, whatever your age or gender or life circumstances may be, I really think that that's a positive. It excites me, and so I'm very excited to be able to sit here and do this now with you all. For the record, there are questions here that are very deep, which I love, and I am going to be isolating those questions and making unique independent videos of those questions. So if you're watching this today and you asked a very deep question and I didn't answer it in this first episode, please just be patient with me and I will get to answering it as a standalone video, because to me it warrants that amount of time to answer. But we're going to take a look at just a couple of a few questions. I'm not going to say that they're simple, but they kind of follow along the same topic, and I can answer them a little bit more fluently and rapidly, and therefore I might as well answer multiple at once, especially if we're talking about the same topic. So, looking at this community tab post, Daemonic Gecko asked, who was your favorite character in the middle, not including Brick? A lot of you guys actually voted that question up, which I think is cool. So, it's actually a tie, and I answered this question mostly because it was two of my favorite people to work with. I really loved many of the people that I got to work with on the show. Everyone from, Brooke Shields to Brian Doyle Murray to, Casey Burke. There was a ton of amazing people that I had the pleasure of being able to work with and meet. Amazing actors who became amazing characters on the show that I absolutely loved working with. Even Rick Harrison from Pawn Stars, because I'm such a history nerd and I got to meet him. That was like the highlight of my life. But the tied for top two would definitely have to be Norm Macdonald, who played Uncle Rusty, may he rest in peace, as well as Dave Foley, who played Dr. Fulton. These are the two people that I think are the people that made me break character the most and laugh. Their performances, their delivery, but also the timing, the pacing of the dialogue and the scenes that we would have together, etc. I mean, it was outstanding. Norm, he regaled me with many hilarious stories from his life when we worked together on the show, and it was such a pleasure to be able to pick his brain and just hear from him and hear about his life. I absolutely cherished it. But Dave Foley, he had just this energy when he would come to set, and he was exceptional at taking notes and everything like that, but every take was unique. It was uniquely funny. His delivery would never get old. His facial expressions, everything. He was just absolutely hilarious to work with. So I definitely have to say, Uncle Rusty and Dr. Fulton are definitely some of my faves. Gamer1234 asks, hi Atticus, do you and the Middle's main cast still talk or catch up? And what was it like being on the Middle at such a young age? This is a great question. Both of these are questions that I get asked with frequency, and I figured that I would answer it here in this video because it can be something that can be referenced to. So that way it's something that if any new people come to the channel or people who have been asking the same thing, you can share this video with them and hear it from me directly. No, the main cast and I, we haven't really been keeping in touch, and it's not for any malicious reason at all. A lot of people think that it is, and I do understand that, because when you look at casts like for The Office, or other shows of the like where everybody was very tight-knit and they ended up keeping in contact and really kept in communication with each other or saw each other all the time, that does make sense. But for this experience with this show, we really haven't kept in touch simply because our lives went in totally different directions when the show ended. Whether that be for family reasons, or wanting to move out of state, or doing different things with the industry, or not doing anything with the industry. we all just went different directions. So we really don't keep in touch. There's nothing that really could draw us together to keep in touch, but that just is the way it is. And whatever everybody is doing now, I only wish them the best, and I hope that they feel the same for me as I do my own unique endeavors. But the second part of that question, which I had a brain fart and I just forgot, was, what was it like being on the middle at such a young age? Definitely a unique way of growing up. I am not going to sit back and pretend that there were no difficulties. I think that with any job, which you have to remember, the context of the show is that it was my career. It was a huge part of my career and was my job for a long period of time, a decade of my life. It definitely was a lot of work, and I was the only kid on the set, so not only did I have to do my work being on the set itself, but I was doing things like my studies and my schooling and everything like that, as well as just living life and discovering who I am as a kid, and then a teenager, and then a young adult, and then now an adult. And so that definitely came with challenges. I think that's real. That's not something that I feel should be hidden or otherwise, glazed over. There was definitely some difficulties. And I think that in any job of any career of any profession, you're always going to have difficulties in you discovering yourself as a person, especially when you're going from a very young person to learning who you are as an adult. But my faith and my mom, that's a text, but my faith and my mom really kept me grounded and kept me with a firm, down-to-earth focus, and I know that that is what helped me to navigate the show in a very healthy way, not go in bad directions, which can occur in the industry, but instead view it as a blessing, which is exactly what it was. Enjoy the creative aspect about being able to be an actor and learn a lot about acting and directing and the creative process, and then be able to go from there into my new endeavors now, post the show. So, great question, Gamer. Thank you for that. This next question comes from my very good friend and amazingly talented musician, Mark Wimberly. He goes, 3 of your most favorite animals you raise, and 3 you want to raise, but haven't yet. Well, if we can take anything, and pick anything. What a lot of people don't know is that I grew up in the country. And when I say the country, it's the country for California. Excuse me. So, my mom raised me to appreciate the homesteading lifestyle, the down-to-earth, pioneer and farming and animal husbandry and gardening sort of lifestyles. She is absolutely an outstanding and amazing woman who has taught me so much in my life. I am so blessed by the myriad of experiences I got to have with her. There was one point in my life when I was very young, this was prior to the middle, where my mom was actually raising goats for milk, and ducks for eggs, and chickens for eggs. We even had a miniature horse. The miniature horse was kind of a female dog, but it was an experience regardless. And then, of course, we had our myriad of pets, our dogs, our cats, goldfish, parakeets, canaries, rabbits, everything. We are huge animal lovers in my household. We absolutely adore nature and animal husbandry and all that stuff. So I would definitely say that the top 3, though, would definitely have to be dogs, cats, and our chickens. All 3 of which I have even been able to engage in more the older that I have gotten, and just being able to experience farm fresh eggs and the absolutely outstanding, from the depths of the soul, love and attention and character and personality that our dogs and our cats have had. I definitely have to say that those 3 have got to be my absolute favorite, but all of the others, of course, honorable mentions with their own personality and own unique experiences. Animals I would like to raise, I would definitely, if I can pick anything, I would love to raise fennec foxes, because they're fennec foxes and they're amazing. I definitely think it'd be cool to experience ducks again, especially now that I'm older. But we're talking about animals that we haven't raised yet. So, probably, gosh, probably like donkeys, because they just have such amazing personalities, and probably cows. I think I would end up having a lot of fun raising cows, being able to milk them, you know, smell cow breath and get licked in the face by that big, sticky, globular tongue. I think that'd be pretty cool. To be fair, I did go to the Grand Canyon Deer Farm in Arizona. Mom and I were vacationing there one year, and when we did, they had a camel that was the most precious thing in the world, and it kissed my mom in the face, and we fed it carrots, and it was just such an amazing personality. So we'll have camel be the honorable mention of that question. Thank you, Mr. Wemberly. Okay, this next one comes from Maracuja, which I know hails from Deutschland, and Mara asks, "Hey Atticus, I would like to see/hear something about your life. How was homeschooling in your childhood? Did you miss real school?" Real school. So, for those of you who don't know, I was a homeschooler. I was homeschooled my entire life from, you know, birth till I graduated high school. And I would never have had it any other way. Did I miss real school? No, I didn't know what real school was. And now that I do know what real school is, it's incredibly lame. I'm kidding. No, to each their own. For me, I know that I thrived being able to get that one-on-one attention. My mom was an amazing teacher because she did not just go, here's a test and do it. Testing obviously is required. There's certain testing that's unavoidable you have to do, and that's fine. And I did that. But what my mom encouraged is she taught me how to learn. And in teaching me how to learn, she taught me how to love to learn. And that, in and of itself, is the #1 skill set that I have acquired and to this day still use. Whether it be for character development and needing to research for a character, or a style of animation on a particular voiceover project, or a style of filmography, or cinematography, or writing, or doing research on a character, or you know, learning about culture, learning about language, learning about writing, learning about the things I do for Twitch and the technology, and, you know, how to navigate this post-COVID era. Whatever it might be, I now have the ability to take any of those situations and learn them well, because my mom taught me how to learn and to love to learn, which I love. And actually, too, I think, too, that as an artist, when you are in this craft, I just had the amazing ability to take a workshop with a exceptional voice director by the name of Chris Borders, and he does a lot of the voice direction for a lot of popular video games, whether it be Dragon Age or, you know, Bioshock Infinite and a bunch of other titles, Mass Effect, a bunch of other titles. One of the things that he said during that workshop is he said, if you are in this craft and you are no longer learning, you have either given up or you are no longer working in this industry. You must always be learning in this industry when you are honing your craft. And I couldn't agree with it more. That, quite frankly, is my mindset with life. I believe that one of the adventuresome aspects of living life is the fact that we get to constantly learn and grow in ourselves. And there's no person to beat but yourself. And there's no person to be better than yourself and to improve yourself. And so I definitely have the mindset of always learning and having a hunger to learn. And I have to thank my mom for that, and I was able to do that because of the safe, thoughtful, deep environment that was created for me by being a homeschooler that I would have never gotten being in public school. So I definitely have my mom to thank for that. Great question. Great question, though. Colt asks, what was your favorite season of The Middle to watch and film? Favorite season of the middle to watch definitely had to be season 1. It was so new. It was such an amazingly new experience for me. And what a lot of people don't know is that when you're in this industry and you're doing things like a network television series, there's a lot of times where you don't even know if you're going to be getting picked up for another season until well after you finish completing the initial season. And even in the first season, we did the pilot, didn't know if we were going to get picked up, then we got picked up for half a season. Then we got picked up for the back half of the season, then we got picked up for an additional 2 episodes. And then it wasn't until the summertime that we knew that we were going to get picked up for a season 2. So, I mean, we were really biting our nails the whole time, and the whole thing was nothing short of a pleasurable, exciting, new adventure. So definitely season 1 has to be my favorite season to watch, but my favorite season to film would definitely have to be the last season. The last season, season 9, it was a lot of hard work, and we had to do 16-hour work days every day for 8 months. That was just how we needed to work it to get it done. But there was a unique energy to the last season where there was a finality to it. And while that was emotional, and that was definitely something that we had to work through during that last season, it also gave this air of excitement and adventure to start that next chapter and see what's next. Right? So it's definitely really exciting. It was really exciting, and to be able to have gone through that and have that experience was a ton of fun. Alright, you guys, well, unfortunately, my camera, when I first started recording this, said that it was completely full, and now, after doing all those questions, it suddenly says that it's dying. So, unfortunately, this video is getting cut a little bit short. It's a little bit shorter than what I initially wanted it to be. However, there are plenty of more questions from this community tab post that I am going to be answering in upcoming vlogs here on the channel. But what I want to do is I want to use this video as a means of keeping this series going. So, comment down below not only on your thoughts to the questions that I have answered, but comment down below questions that you have that you would like to see me answer in future vlogs. And as you're scrolling through the comments, if you see a question that really intrigues you, or that you like, or maybe it already is your question that you wanted to ask but somebody beat you to it, give that comment a thumbs up. It'll help me to see what questions you guys are particularly interested in and really want me to make videos on. Those questions end up getting pushed toward the top of my list to do videos on. Also, if you could, please do me a favor, give this video a big thumbs up. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and of course, go into the description box below, check out all of the links that I have down there, and do the corresponding things that you were able to do there. I apologize. I choked on my spit and burped at the same time. Anyways, you guys, this was so much fun for me. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Give the video a thumbs up and share my channel on all your social media. It greatly helps me out a lot. Until next time, do widzenia.